Trails, and that was Cherokee Trail by John Herrmann. 2 R's, 2 N's. And I want to talk to you a little bit today about Cherokee Trail and just fiddle tunes in general and how I learned this particular song. So, Cherokee Trail, it appears on this album with John Herrmann, Tim O'Brien, and someone else. Totally forget their name. Sorry, other person. But it's a really fun piece to play. And it kind of got stuck in my head. So, good first step when you're learning any of these songs or want to learn any of these songs, listen to it a lot, which is exactly what I did. And then for me, I find it most useful to understand what the harmony is first and foremost. Because if I know what the harmony is, I know what the key is. And if I know what the key is, it just makes it way easier to start to find things on the fretboard and to know what notes are probably going to be around what we're playing here. So for this, the A part goes... and then the B part goes... So you might notice that the B part, I played it longer. It's not a mistake. It's crooked. You only play through the A part twice, and you play through the B part 4 times in total. So that also helped guide some creative decisions later on, too. So I'm going to treat this like a practice log, but I also want to teach this to you, too, if you're interested in learning it. So for the song, then the next thing I did was started messing around, and I wanted to hear, where the melody was going. So first and foremost, dun 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 dun. Great, I can sing it. That is key. Can I sing the B part? Dun 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 dun. Maybe not quite. Dun 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 dun. So every once in a while, you'll forget a little bit of a melody or something, and it's just a matter of, at that point, relying a little bit more on your muscle memory. But just learn it like that first. And then once you've learned it like that, what you should do is start trying to pick out these notes. So I was able to do so. It's mostly open strings on a guitar, and you'll notice I'm not playing a ton of open strings, just enough for some of the double stops. So for the A part, I actually learned that second. I learned the B part just because I knew we were in this A minor and E minor bit. With those chords, and if you're following chord tones, there's really not a ton of places to go. So it was pretty easy to come out. Now, I don't necessarily like all of the ringing. I find that the B string is getting a little bit ringy and it muddies the overall sound bit. So instead of going 0, 2 on the D string, 0, 2 on the G string, and then 0 on the B string, what I did is, and then hit the 4th fret here, because that's my 3rd finger. It's not a crazy thing to do. And then that's really nice when you hit that G string on that upstroke on that 8th note on the upbeat. That can be really nice. You can add a little embellishment there. So that's how I learned that part first. And then the second part is that I learned was the A part, because I think I was playing it down 4th, so just on the wrong string. And then once I was playing it here and figured out, oh yeah, this is the chord. It's very much like the whole thing is pentatonic, essentially. And so... and I have a little little trouble playing it that way because I made this conscious choice. I didn't like how that sounded. So instead, I'm playing up here in this position, which is the same position as they were playing the A part, where I got my first finger on the 2nd fret here. And I'm mostly using my guitar. Mostly using my 3rd and my 3rd and 2nd finger here. So instead, I go. And sometimes I will hit this open B string, and it's usually right before I hit the closed B note here, so it'll give it a little bit more ringing. So what I'm doing is going 0, 4, 3, 0. It's basically this weird little chord here. And then you hit the G note here. And then there's that little transition. And that from this position is pretty easy to play. It's also easy to play from the open if you want to open 2, 0, 1, 2 versus 4, 2, 0, 2. So totally up to you. It's just my particular interpretation of it. And then I added a little bit of embellishment too. I really like how that A part sounds. It's just clean, it's crisp, it's simple. So I decided not to mess with that. We'll just keep that in general. But what I did do is I messed a little bit with the B part in that it's 4 times in a row. And 4 times in a row, honestly, gets really boring. It gets boring after 2 times. That's what your brain expects it to sound like. So I added some embellishments there. So we got... Fine, easy, great. Add some double stops. So what I'm doing here is just open D string and the G string. And then use that as a transition. And I'm using this, it's a little bit discordant, but not really, it's just the 4th. So this is our E minor chord, right? So you're just hitting those 2 closed notes on that E minor chord, that's it right here. So what I'm doing is... And then from here, your sky's the limit. You can start adding passing tones. You could start changing the rhythm a little bit, make it a little bit more of a shuffle. At least that's what I've been doing, and I've really, like I said, been really sticking with like the additional interpretation on the B part because there are 4 lines to play with there, whereas the A part is 2 lines and it leads really, really naturally. Though, to be fair, the passing tones can be really nice. So play around with it. That's the fun of it. Once you've learned a tune like this, it's quite simple. So you're going to want to play around with it or you're going to get bored eventually of it. So that's generally how I'm going to learn a fiddle tune or really any song is that first and foremost, I want to learn the harmony. So I'm going to learn the chords. And then once I've learned those chords, I'm going to learn the melody. I'm going to link in the description to slow down tunes. I didn't use it for this particular one just because I was able to sing it really easily. There aren't I was translating it from a fiddle, so it's not quite the same on a guitar anyways. But I like to slow down tunes. It's a little website that my brother actually built. It's totally free and it is awesome. It just allows you to slow down tunes from YouTube or other audio sources. Got transposition and stuff too. So there's all kinds of really fun stuff in there. I use that for learning a lot of my pieces. Just didn't on this one. Sorry. But sounding really pretty decent, I hope. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Leave a comment, like and subscribe if you're enjoying the practice logs and lessons. I'm going to keep leaning into folk music. It's just what I've really, really been enjoying lately. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. I'll play you out with this a little bit too. Let me try that again. Thanks again.